Hello, everyone, and welcome to MDicky's Hard Time, available for purchase on Steam, which is where I'm playing it from right now. This is the 2D remake of Hard Time, not the 3D original, and the 2D remake seems to have quite a few more features that the 3D version doesn't, and that's why I prefer playing the 2D version. We're not gonna micromanage Scott Bird here too much. We want a sort of organic experience, but we are going to customize his costume at the least. This run of Hard Time is going to be 100% in the sense that we're going to successfully live out our sentence and return to life as a civilian, but also we're going to get full stats. Going to get all our stats up to 99. And you might be wondering, if you have little experience with Hard Time, what exactly this game is about. What's the concept here? Well, Hard Time takes place in a universe where prison sentences are extremely short. But to offset the short punishment, it's harder. The prison's harder, in the sense that you might die at any given time. The AI is incredibly mercurial, very likely to steal things from you or just beat you to death for no particular reason. And there are complex webs of relationships possible, but, I mean, it all really seems to come down to who can hit better and who has more reputation. And yes, the game is gross looking, I know. There are a fair share of oddities. There's some wrestling moves. A lot of the AI and props in this game are carryovers from MDicky's wrestling games. You may or may not remember on this channel I played MDicky's magnum opus, Wrestling Revolution 3D, which is definitely his best game. I wouldn't call Hard Time a good game, per se. After we finish customizing our character, the game rolls us a random sentence and a random crime that we committed to get that sentence. Torture, huh? 63 days isn't so bad. Give us plenty of time to grind, at least. We didn't actually allocate any stats before starting, and that's because I want it to actually be challenging. If we allocate too many of the pre-available stats before starting the game, then it's not really challenging. Prisoner E08, that's cell 8 of the East Block. Yep, thank you. Apparently the prison is called Southtown Correctional Facility. Must be an experimental prison, only available in Southtown. First thing we're going to do is eat an apple because our health is low. Our health is the big green bar, our sanity is the yellow bar beneath it, and you can see our stats around our health and sanity bars. We move to new rooms simply by walking through the barrier, such as this. The controls take some getting used to, but I've had a fair amount of practice with this game. We found a dumbbell, which is one of the items we need for our master plan. Working out with the dumbbell increases our reputation and strength, both stats that we need to get to 99 before the end of this game. We also saw there was a tablet in the library. That's going to be important. Going to shove this gold in our pocket. Thank you very much. So, we're going to... That man just stole our dumbbell. Oh, we're going to be roommates, huh, Road Pig? Yep, I foresee us having problems together. The guy who stole our dumbbell is down here, and I would like the dumbbell back, but we might accidentally leave the room trying... Yep, left the room trying to grab it from him. I want my dumbbell back. It's really important to have that dumbbell. That's how we get our strength and reputation up. There are other ways to get our strength up, but increasing strength and reputation simultaneously is very useful. This is our room. It's where we're going to be storing all of our things and planning our grand escape. The guy who had our dumbbell no longer has our dumbbell. He might have dropped it off screen where we can't reach it anymore. But at least we can grab the tablet we saw in the library. The tablet increases our reputation and intelligence simultaneously. Dumbbell increases strength and reputation. Tablet increases intelligence and reputation. Very important to hold on to those. We use things by pressing... Well, it's like basically a dedicated interact button, but when you have nothing to hold, it just taunts guys, and the taunt doesn't seem to do anything. The game's been surprisingly delicate with us so far, but it is very common that the AI will run up and steal shit or just beat the crap out of you. I see our roommate right there kind of leering at us while we're playing with our tablet. I don't know why playing with a tablet increases our reputation. I can only assume we're blogging or something, and that's why our reputation is going up. Blogging about many things we may or may not have done in this terrible prison. This terrible open world prison, action RPG, life simulator. I wish that woman would stop moving our bed. It just makes things a little more complicated for me. What's the name of our roommate again? Roadhog or something? I'm just going to call him Rhodey. Because Rhodey's a real name and it's a cute nickname. Rhodey's got an eye patch. I'm sure we'll be the best of friends and he will not cause us any undue harm while we grind our reputation and intelligence in this corner. Seems like somebody's getting the shit beaten out of them, but it's not us. And that's what matters most. We've almost successfully completed our first day, and I plan to bust out of this joint by day 10. So, Rhodey is trying to grab us. Rhodey, no, we really don't have the right stats to beat up our fucking roommate right now. The guy who stole our dumbbell earlier just stole our tablet, too. It takes forever to get back up when you're knocked down, by the way. It's just sort of a feature of MDicky games, is how long it takes to get up after you've been knocked over. We need that tablet back. We can't keep losing things. We need certain items if we're going to escape. We also need to successfully scout the rest of the prison for the items we need to escape. We're going to want a tablet. We're going to want a means to use the restroom. We're going to want dumbbells. Well, a dumbbell. We're going to want... well, I mean, that's most of it. We want a dumbbell. We want a tablet. We want a means to use the restroom. And the most important component is a shovel. Shovels are kind of rare. It's important to find those because they're the trickiest part of the plan. The cell blocks are usually the most lively and violent place in the prison, which is unfortunate because it's kind of our home, and it's difficult to stay out of trouble. I'd rather you not take my tablet if that's alright, Mr. Security Officer. I kind of need it. And if our roommate walks in here, then the bars will close, and we'll be able to rest for the night without being interrupted. But it doesn't look like Rhodey's coming. I don't know what Rhodey could be up to, but we're gonna walk around and just camp out right here, watch the world go by, look for any interesting items somebody might run by with, and grab a toilet in the morning. There are toilets just kind of lying around the prison. You'll most commonly find them in bathrooms, but there's one just sort of sitting up there. Gonna take it for ourselves. We're strong like that. Everybody in this prison can lift whole-ass toilets. And our strength goes up when we lift whole-ass toilets, too. The tablet's under the bed. I wasn't seeing it there for a moment. I'm glad it wasn't stolen. Nope, I never said I was the toughest fighter in here. And I most certainly do not want to fight you to the death. If we accept his challenge and do fight him to the death, then one of the security guards will arrest us. And we'll have to go back to court and be saddled with additional prison time. Thanks for the dumbbell, asshole. Alright, we got the dumbbell, we got the tablet, then we need the shovel. I'm seeing a shovel in here, and some money, which we're going to just stuff in our pocket. You never know when you might need money. Sometimes you got to pay people for stuff, sometimes you got to bribe people. It's just important to have. We can get money by fixing things or just picking up cash. As you saw, we did fix broken glass. Yes, we just made the glass whole with our mind. And we're going to need to remember that there is a shovel in here. Shovel is the most crucial and trickiest part of our escape plan. That man is drinking fire. That man set a bottle on fire and then proceeded to drink from it and collapse, which is sensible. That's probably what you do if you set a bottle on fire and then started drinking from it, is you might collapse. You might wonder why we're running in place. That's how you get your agility up. It's kind of moot though, because gonna have to get our agility up later anyway. Any grinding we do now is it's just to offset the big grind we're gonna have to do later by a bit. This game can be a really fun role-playing experience, by the way, just like Wrestling Revolution 3D. Somebody set Stick on fire, it looks like. Weapons that are on fire deal additional damage if you hit people with them. We're probably going to end up using that at some point. Gonna shove this food in my mouth. Probably was a candy bar. It looked brown. You might notice all the security guards are wearing different outfits. Yes, I did know it was possible to throw things. If we listen to this man describe game mechanics to us, though, we get an intelligence point, which might as well. It's a free intelligence point. I seem to remember that the hospital in 3D Hard Time was the safest place in the game, but it's not really so much in this one. What was I saying? Something about this being a good role-playing game, just like Wrestling Revolution. It's really easy to make your own stories, and let's, no, I want the med kit. It's really easy to make your own stories and read what you like into what's going on. Come up with stories about your character, backgrounds, trying to figure out why this guy's chasing you. The AI is terrifying in this game. You never know what they're going to do. In all of M. Dickey's open world adventure games like this, it's really hard to tell what the AI could possibly be thinking at any given time. But when you're playing one of his wrestling games, it's really easy to tell what they're thinking and what they're doing. Like, I don't know why this guy's shadowing me right now. I don't know what he wants with me. Does he want to steal my dumbbell? Does he want to beat me with that stick? Why did that guy throw that phone? Why did that guy try to punch me and then collapse and puke? Prison's a scary place. I don't recommend it. We can also set random items on fire, by the way, if you were curious. Everybody else can do that, so can we, but they have to be small items. I think we need, like, a match or something to set larger items on fire. We've scouted out most of the prison now. Not all of it. You can change the population amount in this game, but I prefer the default settings for everything, except for when we're doing the grind. Then we're going to turn the game speed up. Just because it just makes the game more bearable. The grind is not the fun part. If we answer that phone, somebody will tell us something, but we're going to ignore its ringing and head into the cafeteria. Cafeteria is awfully fucking busy today. Let's not stick around. Oh, holy shit, is that a syringe I see over there next to that burger? I mean, I guess we're eating the burger first, but the syringe is the quickest way to refill our health as soon as I'm done shoving this burger into my face. Yeah, just keep injecting yourself. Just keep stabbing that needle in there over and over. That's how you get your health back. Lunch is now served in the cafeteria. That means that a bunch of food has been placed on the tables and anybody can eat it and they will fight over it. You might notice there's a bunch of toilet paper lying on the floor in the bathroom. That's as good as a portable toilet. Like, you just grab that toilet paper and hold it to your crotch or ass, and then when you piss or shit, it's as good as taken care of. That's how the toilet paper works in this game. It's fucking great, and it's all reusable. The toilet paper never runs out. It makes, like, actual toilets completely obsolete. I'm sorry if it was my fault you collapsed. Are we? I thought my cellmate was Rhodey. Are you my second cellmate? Do I have two? Here's the chapel. There's a guitar in the chapel. Almost every time I come to the chapel, there's a guitar in it. I don't know if there's just supposed to be a guitar in the chapel every time. There's also dynamite in here, and it's very tempting to pick up dynamite and throw it at people, but let's not. It's nothing we really want in the chapel. The guitar would be nice to have, but it's not going to help us in the long run. You know, Scott Bird here, he's playing things smart and safe. Scouting out the prison, figuring out where the useful items are, working out while he walks, deliberately avoiding getting within a 10-foot radius of anybody else because he's terrified they might try to steal his things or beat him to death or shoot him with automatic weaponry, all of which are likely to happen. Guy with a camera hanging out in our cell. That's fine. We don't judge. It would be really nice to have access to that tablet. Like, it's safe under the bed and everything. It's just... Yeah, I sure am. That they send you to jail for that? This situation is regrettable. We do not have the strength or agility to break out of this man's chokehold. I don't know why he's choking us. Maybe because he thinks we're inferior. Maybe because he thinks this is what the Messiah would do. This is how one claims to be the Messiah, is putting you in a chokehold, perhaps. And now he's lost interest. It's like a big fish tank in the wacky world of Hard Time. It's just sometimes the fish bite because you got too close. It takes so long to get your agility to go up. But running in place is the most efficient way to get your agility to go up that I've seen. So there's not like much of an alternative to running in place against the wall. Eventually our agility will be at 99, but that will be long after we will need it. Agility is a very important stat to have in this game. If you're allocating the stats at the character customization screen, I recommend going in on agility as hard as you can. That woman stole our tablet. I will not stand for this. I didn't even know it was reachable under the bed. We're gonna get our tablet back. God, it would help to have agility right now. This is one of the many reasons agility is useful. Another reason it's useful is to run away from guys who want to destroy you, which you'll be doing a lot of. Alright, tablet successfully acquired. Reacquired, I should say. Sometimes you lose reputation when people steal things from you, and you can sometimes get it back by stealing it from them, but only sometimes. I have no idea what determines that. Reputation is the easiest stat to get up, though. You get reputation for doing almost anything, so it's not exactly our priority right now. I wonder where Rhodey went. I haven't seen him since he body slammed us. We're actually doing surprisingly well. There's a real chance when you have stats this low of everything getting stolen from you, or you just that man took our tablet and he's dumping tutorial information on us. Presumably so we'll be distracted enough to forget that he took our tablet, but it's not going to work, and as soon as I figure out how to stop sleeping, I'm taking our tablet back. Standing up for ourselves is a necessity. And also we need this tablet for our master plan. He broke into tears after we took our tablet back, but it wasn't his tablet. I mean, it's not really our tablet either, but it's in our cell, so it's not really fair of him to grab it. Why does everyone want our tablet so much? Is the tablet, like, the most important object? Oh my god, that guy just full sprint out of here. Is the tablet, like, the most important object in the game? Does the AI prioritize it over everything else? A lot of this game, when you don't allocate the stat points on the character creation screen, is sitting in a corner with interactable stat objects, trying really hard to stay away from other people who would do you or your objects harm. And that's pretty much how you make the game challenging, I would say. That man stole our dumbbell. I'm gonna get that back. This is getting exhausting. I can't even see. I can't see what's happening. I lost a reputation point. I disagree that I look like I'm at a fancy dress party, and no, we will not dress like you. For some reason, standing up to our fellow inmate reduced our reputation. You figure that it would increase it. Thanks for the dumbbell back. Give me my dumbbell back. Look, put the gun away, sir. Oh my god. Someone shat. I'm being hugged by another security officer while one was pointing a gun at me. This is terrifying. Look, I didn't even want anything but my dumbbell. I don't even know where the dumbbell went and all of that. Okay, the guy still has it. He seems dizzy, so let's just snatch it. No, I want... Great, the security officer has the dumbbell now, and I have to shit. No, I don't think I'm the toughest fighter in here. I have to shit. No, we're not fighting. I need to get to the toilet ASAP. I knew putting this toilet in my cell was going to pay off. I think it's time to sleep. I think we've earned some rest after that garbage. My roommate Nathan said, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, that MDicky's games all seem to have at least one thing in common, and that's there's a series of incredibly baffling choices you have to make and events that are completely outside of your control that you must contend with, thrust upon you by characters you don't understand. And the game's just sort of like, what are you going to do about it? You may notice the bar's actually closed this time during lockdown, during sleep lockdown. That's because Rhodey's in here with us. And Rhodey is our roommate, seems to be our only roommate. I don't know who that other guy was, but Rhodey still seems to be our only roommate. And hopefully Rhodey will just sleep there all night and not body slam us, because we are not in good health. Ideally, he will not want anything to do with our tablet, or our sanity, or our body, or our $80. I'm sure that everything will be fine. You don't want to fuck with us, Rhodey. We have 63 reputation. He stole our tablet. Oh, somebody's trying to recruit us for a gang? Sure, absolutely. We need all the help we can get. All we had to do was change our face. Now I want my tablet back. Rhodey, let's not... Okay, Rhodey, Rhodey quickly teaching me what for, showing me who wears the pants in this cell. But we have to stand up for ourselves. Even if standing up for ourselves means picking a fight that we know we can't win. We don't really have anywhere to run from Rhodey, which is the biggest problem. Just let me recover my health. In peace. No. Shit like this is extremely anxiety-inducing. Our stats are not good. We could very well die in here doing this. Doing these shenanigans. It takes us like 10 minutes to get up off the fucking floor. Rhodey is so much stronger and faster than we are, but we have persistence. And we earned this tablet. I think we might need to kill Rhodey. Like, I think Rhodey has to go now. I think that's our new goal, is to remove this man. Rhodey clearly is not interested in behaving. He's not interested in escaping with us. He's only interested in our tablet. And we need our tablet. So Rhodey has to die. And as soon as I break out of this chokehold, which I'm sure I will do before I perish, we'll show Rhodey. I do look like crap. That's correct. Oh, yep. This is exactly the sort of thing we needed money for. This should heal us completely. Alright, Rhodey. You're in for it now, buddy. It may have cost my entire life savings, but those were some good painkillers. And if we don't teach you this lesson now, then you'll walk all over us every day until our escape. We have to take a stand. That's one thing that we're always going to do with Scott Bird, regardless of how low our stats are, is we gotta stand up, keep hold of what's ours, show people we won't be bullied. No matter how many times we get hit over the head with that tablet, which sounds like a metal pipe. I got more health than you, I'm sure. I'm not worried about this anymore. I will win this war of attrition. And take my tablet back. You're damn right we win. You don't want any more beef with us. We taught Rhodey a lesson today. I thought we were going to have to kill him before he learned his lesson. But this is a better outcome. Because killing people while a guard watches can get you in some serious trouble, even though the guards usually aren't around to watch at night. Pooping successful. There is a whole ass complicated wrestling combat system in this game because MDickie makes wrestling games. That's what he does. But I don't really bother with the wrestling combat. I mostly just smash attack until the other guy dies or gives up. This isn't Wrestling Revolution. We don't need to impress a crowd. We're not here to wreck anyone with our sitting stunner. We're just here to escape and survive. You know, actually, we're on day 3. I don't know if I've ever even detailed the full plan, but the idea is to grab a shovel, tunnel our way out of here, and if we tunnel our way out without being seen, then our sentence will continue to count down, even while we're not technically in prison, because as far as the guards know, we're still in here. They're really bad at keeping track of us. So the idea is to tunnel out and live out the rest of our sentence on the outside, where it's easier and safer, marginally. We could also try to hop the fence to escape, but it's much more likely to be seen hopping the fence than tunneling. Tunneling is the safer option. Also, I'm just a big fan of the tunneling out of prison idea. Even if we were in a position to just hop the fence easily, which we're not. We need more agility for that. Hey, Rhodey, what's up? I hope you're just sleeping and not dead, because I did hit you pretty fucking hard. I hear snoring, though, so I think we're good. I think it's about time that we grab that shovel now. Things are starting to come together. We have most of what we need to escape. And now we have our shovel. So how the shovel works is you dig a hole, and depending on where you dig... Nope. I don't actually care about the wrestling mechanics, as was previously explained to the audience. So how digging holes works. You can dig a hole anywhere, and when you dig a hole, the game generates a seed, and it places the other end of that hole in a random spot in the open world. We just want the hole to generate on the outside of the prison. That's our goal, and we'll dig as many holes as it takes to get the RNG we need to escape the prison. The most important thing about this is that the guards do not see us digging the hole or escaping through the hole. Otherwise, we'll get additional time added to our sentence, and there's a chance that the holes we dig will be removed. And if you're wondering what we're doing right now we're just killing time until night. When it turns night, that's when we dig. The guards are not really around as much at night. If we're lucky, the bars will close to prevent anyone from coming in and interrupting our digging. Nighttime in the cell block is the ideal time for us to make our escape. And we have what we need. We have the dumbbell, we have the phone, and that's all we need to get our stats up. And we have a toilet, which we need to not shit ourselves, because shitting ourselves lowers our reputation, and we don't want that. We want all of our stats up to 99. It's kind of pointless if we're jacked and fast as hell, but nobody respects us. Especially since respect is the easiest stat to obtain. It's beneficial to be in certain blocks over others, because some blocks are closer to special rooms like the hospital or chapel. If you prefer using those rooms, like there are stretchers in here if you really like lying on stretchers. It's the same as lying on a normal bed. Lying on a coffin is also the same thing as lying on a normal bed in this game, and you can just sleep on the floor. Really, the most beneficial thing about beds is that when you're lifting them, the game rolls to see if your strength should increase. You can also increase your strength with the dumbbell, but the dumbbell also rolls a chance to increase your reputation, and sometimes you just want to worry about increasing your strength and not your reputation and strength. So lifting and moving around beds is pretty good for that. That's ours. It's getting pretty near nighttime, so should head back to East Block and start making our escape. This is actually going extremely well. Much better than I anticipated. Most runs of Hard Time do not go this smoothly. That guy, don't trust that guy. Looks like he was eyeing up our tablet, as everyone is at all times, of course. There's some posters in this game that seem like they're from licensed properties, and I'm not sure. Oh, I'm being moved to cell 5, you say. Well, isn't that just fucking dandy? Now I have to move every individual object I've collected from cell 8 to cell 5 before it becomes lockdown time, and then I have to start digging in cell 5 instead of cell 8, and it looks like cell 5 has a worse view of everything. I can't even imagine why we're moving cells unless Rhodey complained. Oh, this isn't Rhodey. Maybe cell 8. No, there's Rhodey. Rhodey, I thought we had this talk about respecting me when I beat the shit out of you. Give me back my shit. The finer nuances of social interaction in this game do leave a bit to be desired, I won't lie. But I've also played this game for like 10 hours, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining so much. That man's moving our toilet. Hopefully he doesn't need a good pounding. I don't really have time to be beating up everyone. We only have like an hour before it's time to escape. Everybody just make way. Nearly done. Okay. Everything. What is... I beat up Rhodey once, and that was because he beat me up. And yeah, I was talking about beating everyone up like I'm hot shit, but that's just to quell the anxiety. That's just so that way I can focus on the task at hand without fear in my soul. I think that's pretty much everything we need, because there's already a bed and toilet in our new cell. The only thing we're missing is the shovel, but someone here surely has it, and if not, I'm pretty sure I saw an additional shovel in the, somebody already dug a hole in our cell, and I'll dig the rest of it when I find the shovel. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I saw an additional shovel in the workshop, even if nobody here has it. We're nearly done with the fun part of 100%ing Hard Time, by the way. The fun part is surviving and planning the escape and getting everything in the right place. After that comes the waiting and the grind. Getting a little anxious about the shovel situation. I was trying to hold it together, but shovels are rare. And... oh, you're my new cellmate? Well, here, let me teach you something I learned from Rhodey. There we go. That should establish early on who's in charge here. Anyway, I was trying to hold it together, but shovels are rare, and... is this the shovel right here? Or is this a bed? I gotta try and grab it. Oh, it's just a bed. That's disappointing. Surely someone in here still has the shovel. Where else would it have... oh, you have the shovel. Well, we're just gonna sleep right outside your door and take the shovel first thing in the fucking morning. That shovel is the key to my master plan. And you're just wielding it like it's a prop. As though that isn't the only thing keeping me from my freedom. Okay. Well, now we don't quite have the time window I was hoping for. And digging during the day is much riskier, but I'm through waiting. As long as there aren't any guards looking at us, we should be fine. That's one hole. Let's see where this one leads. That one just goes to the exercise yard. That's not optimal. That's not where we want to be. It's time for a re-roll. So, we gotta place another hole in the same cell, but instead of a wall... no, sir, officer, security officer, sir, I'm not doing anything suspicious. I've never done anything suspicious in my life. In fact, if you could just let me squeeze Squeeze by. Because it appears that I'm missing the dumbbell that I'd been holding on to this whole time. And that's frustrating. Do you know how close I am to escaping? Just a few more holes, and then I'll get the RNG I need to escape. And I can't escape without my dumbbell. That's how I'm going to increase my reputation and strength simultaneously when I'm outside. A security officer has the dumbbell. We're just gonna try and snatch it real quick. Just real quick. He won't even miss it. It appears I was incorrect. I kind of forgot that you can get in trouble for snatching things from guards momentarily. And the only way to stop the alarm is to get caught. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's any other way to turn the alarm off besides to be taken to court and face... Oh god, was the bullet really necessary? I only stole a dumbbell. Well, even if I would have preferred not to be arrested, getting arrested at least once means you get to see this sequence where the court hears out the events and it randomly decides a winner. It's basically a coin flip who wins these hearings. And if you win the hearing, you don't get any additional time. But if the warden wins the hearing, then you get additional time added to your sentence. I was taking back what belongs to me in this instance. I mean, I've been holding on to that dumbbell forever. It's mine now. Alright, no harm done, it seems. I don't have to wait any additional amount of time before completing the game. I guess the judge just didn't care. It wasn't about who was right, it's just the judge didn't give a shit, and that's why we won the case. This game seems to be self-aware of how incredibly stupid it is, and I can appreciate that. It's kind of necessary for a game like this, though, isn't it? That you be at least a little bit aware of how ridiculous you are. I think that security guard has our shovel. Okay, no, upon further inspection, that is not what that is, but it is still the case that there is a security guard in the cell, which is a problem. And I hope he leaves soon, because we can't dig a hole with him watching. And it's nighttime. There's still plenty of days before day 10. We're still ahead of schedule. I just need him to leave, and I can't force him to leave. If I grapple him or try to fight him or remove him forcibly, then we'll get arrested again. He's leaving. Come on, just continue. Yep, alright, he's gone. Now we just need to make additional holes in the floor. And eventually we'll get a good roll, and one of these holes will lead to outside of the prison. This is actually optimal. This is the situation I was hoping for the whole time, is that the gates would close, the bars would drop down with us in here with the shovel, so no one can interrupt us. Alright, nope, bad roll. Let's try again. There's space for like maybe 2 more holes in the cell. Let's make the most out of our time here. Nobody pay me any mind. Oh, we've done it. And it's right next to the house. The house is where we want to stay while we grind. Okay, this is good. This is good. That was really good RNG. The hole we dug was in the suburbs right next to the house. And we're going to sleep before we go back and get the rest of our stuff. Because I don't want to die and sacrifice this entire run. But now the escape is officially commencing. We've got the hole we need. We found our hideout where we're going to grind to 99 stats and wait out the rest of our sentence. We weren't seen. Now we just have to make our way into the prison and back out a couple more times with our items. And I'm just now realizing that I seem to have made a mistake because we can't take the toilet through the hole with us. That's a problem. This is the wrong hole. I accidentally got in the wrong hole. You interact with a lot of things by walking into them in this game, and that creates some problems. Alright. Successfully moving the dumbbell to the outside and into our new home, where there's a lot of people. I don't like how many people are in here. Alright, back to the prison. And we're going to go just real quick sprint to the Sure, you absolutely can. Our legacy will live on inside this prison. All right, we're gonna take our phone outside. Nobody sees us. Fewer people in here now. That's good. The fewer people, the better. And we're gonna make one last trip because, as I said, in my lack of foresight, I forgot to grab toilet paper. We can't move the toilet into this hole. So we're just gonna make a quick sprint to the bathroom, grab some toilet paper, and then finalize our escape. The reason having a toilet or toilet paper is so important is because, as was previously discussed, if we shit ourselves, we lose reputation. And that will not do when we're trying to max out everything. Sure, it may only be a minor inconvenience to occasionally lose one reputation to shitting yourself, but it will slow down the grind, and it's already such a grind. We're talking like 2 hours of grinding ahead of us. And that's not the fun part of the game. Like I said, the fun part is planning the escape, making the escape, figuring out how to survive. All right, we just need to make it back with the toilet paper, unharassed, and everything will be fine. And then, of course, we need to kill anyone who's still around in our hideout. That's a part of the plan I probably should have mentioned earlier. We can't have anyone around while we're grinding who could potentially mess with our stuff. So as long as there's not a security officer or police officer in our hideout, we're just going to kill whoever's hanging out. So it's just one guy. That makes things a lot simpler that there's only one guy in here. We're just going to kill him after we get our health back up to full. And then after we kill him, we can commence the 2-hour-long fucking grind. The shovel, our dear shovel, as trusty as it's been so far, has more work yet to do. It must take a life this day. This man's life, who probably hasn't done anything wrong, and this may in fact be his house. But we need him removed, because we cannot have him potentially interrupting our grind. We're going to be at this for 2 real-time hours. And I will not have any interruptions. Oh, so I guess this is a cool opportunity. Cool, I say. This is an opportunity to explain how death works in this game. When someone runs out of health, they can perform rolls to determine whether they get a second wind. And you can get multiple second winds, but eventually you'll lose the death rolls and just die. I mean, it's admirable that this guy's trying, and our stats aren't exactly great yet, but we have a flaming shovel. So I think that his days are numbered. You know, it might be beneficial if he tried to call the cops instead of solving this problem himself. He's performing his death rolls right now to see if he gets a second chance. He did, but we're going to remove his second chance. Yep, he died. Our sanity decreased immensely, which happens anytime you kill someone in this game. After our health and sanity refill, we're going to commence the grind, which you're not going to be seeing in real time. I will edit it out. But trust me, it is not fun to do. Most of the grinding is running against a wall to get your agility up, and when you get your agility up, there's a chance your strength will go down. Like, there's a percentage chance that'll happen, so you got to balance them. It kind of blows, but that's all we have to do now is wait out the rest of our sentence and grind. So I'll see you when the grinding's done. Alright, the 2 hours of grinding are over, and we are now on the final day of our sentence. We just have to survive the last few hours of this final day, and then we will be a free man. We will have served our entire sentence, and let's put this money in our pocket. And for our final day, why don't we just walk around the outside, see what the outside world has to offer. Remember that all of the security guards still think we're in prison serving our sentence right now. That's why our sentence was still passing. while we were outside, because as far as the security guards know, we've been inside the prison, lawfully serving our sentence this entire time. So we can still win the game and become a free citizen, even having left the prison. You know, things aren't so different out here. Thankfully, we are incredibly fast now, so getting things stolen from us is no longer an issue. We're too speedy to be caught up with such treachery. We are stronger than any mortal man has any right to be. Though our reputation did take a hit from us having our dumbbell stolen, which is why we're using the iPad right now. Now our reputation is only at 97, and I want all of our stats to be at 99 when we finally become a free man. Otherwise, the 100% run will be incomplete. Oh, someone else is in here now. That's cool. I guess because, the guy we killed... Maybe he's crying over his dead friend who used to live in here. I guess someone took away the corpse of the guy we killed, and now someone new has moved in. Which is understandable. Because we killed that guy with no one to witness, though, we're not going to get in trouble for it or anything. If we were in trouble for it, then sirens would be blaring, and the police would be after it. Someone ran that motorcycle into an innocent civilian. Yep. You know, the outside world really isn't so different looking from my life in prison. People wrestling on the streets, driving motorcycles into each other's shins. There are definitely more people wearing MDickie shirts out here, though. I will give them that. I kind of wonder how everyone feels about living so close to the prison, and whether them living so close to the prison has anything to do with their violent behaviors. Like, is anyone really being rehabilitated if this is how people behave outside of the prison? Oh, way more people in here than there used to be now. I just really want that last reputation point back before my sentence is up, because otherwise the 100% run will not be complete. And I will have wasted 2 hours. I need that last reputation point back. And yes, this is how you do it. This is a very consistent way to get reputation. It's just not giving me the rolls I need. It keeps trying to give me intelligence when my intelligence is already at maximum. I'm already as smart as anyone can be. I don't even know what the intelligence stat does in this game, actually. I'm completely uncertain about that. I know the intelligence stat goes down when you kill people or get hit in the head. Or, just in general do dumb things. Yep, just walked out of the skybox. I'm getting really anxious about this last reputation point not coming back in time. There's only 1 hour left before the day's over. And we've already explored most of the outside world. There's only a couple of locations left in the outside world. There's not a lot to do out here. You can get recruited. After you become a free citizen, you can get recruited to act as a guard inside the prison. That's one of the potential opportunities, but there's not a lot besides that. You can't, like, go in the electronics store or anything. I feel like he could have put a little more effort into modeling the outside world so it would be more engaging to hang around in. Eventually it'll wrap back around to the prison. And even though we're technically outside the prison right now... okay, good. Last reputation point was gained just then. Let's get our health back. And the final day has passed. Yep. Please escort me outside the prison. Do it now. I'm ready to leave the prison, which I've been in the prison this whole time, serving my sentence lawfully. Ah, yes, my civilian closer is dashing as ever. And that's it. That's our 100% run of Hard Time completed. I wouldn't exactly call it a good game. It is dumb fun. Winning the game is not as enjoyable as role-playing in it. But, you know, I only spent a night on this project. I feel like it was worth it in the end. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had an okay time recording it, except for the 2-hour grind. That wasn't super fun.